Hello, welcome to One Africa Mission with your brother Dobia Anzanse. Please, if you are joining us for the first time, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, One Africa Mission, and also follow us on Facebook, One Africa Mission. We are missionaries. We are on a mission, and our mission is all about the unity of Africa. Our mission is all about the dignity of the African race. Our mission is all about the future of the children of Africa. So we believe that if we want a dignified Africa, then we must first have a united Africa. Because with unity, we can get our dignity as African people. So please, the Zion train is here. Please, if you appreciate what we are doing here in One Africa Mission, we urge you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Support us. That's the only way you can support us. We intend to travel the entire continent of Africa, including the Caribbean, to spread this message of unity, this mission of a united Africa. We intend to do that. We have just returned back from a trip to Ghana and then some part of Kenya and Ethiopia. We intend to go back. So please support us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, One Africa Mission. That's the only way you can support us. And also by sharing what we are doing. If you appreciate what we are doing, pass your comments. Your comments are very important to us as we learn a lot from what you are saying. I thank you very much for coming around. Yes, so today, as we keep talking about Africa, so the president of Botswana and Zimbabwe have come out and sign a deal for the free movement of our people. I think
now the presidents of Zimbabwe and Botswana have agreed to the free movement of their citizens. So people traveling between Zimbabwe and Botswana no longer need to use passports. And
it's a good move by our two leaders, and then we appreciate what they have done for our people, both in Zimbabwe and Botswana. Yes, but you know, I keep saying it. We all know today, the entire continent of Africa know that we don't need this border restrictions among ourselves. So what is really preventing us from opening up the continent for the children of Africa to enjoy? What is really stopping us? Because today you wake up and then you hear that this country has opened this country and that country has opened their borders. The next day you wake up, South Africa and Ghana, free movement of their citizens. Why not we just do it for the entire continent of Africa? After all, we are one people, and that is the direction that we are going towards. So why can't we just do it once and for all? So that the children of Africa will know that. But sometimes, as I keep saying, I don't blame our leaders. I am blaming the citizens of Africa, because the citizens of Africa doesn't really know. We don't really understand the need for a free movement of our people, our people. We don't really understand. As I keep saying, we are holding on to these borders purposely because we, the children of Africa, are not demanding enough from our leaders. Europeans who came and divide Africa among themselves, their citizens will never take it if Europe deny European citizens from free movement. Their citizens will not take it. So why are we taking it? So yes, I want you to see this video. Our brother from Nigeria want to go to watch the AFCON. The African Cup of Nations in Cote d'Ivoire. See what he has to pass through. And I'm saying, it is not about we signing agreements with other countries and saying you can now move freely. It is those at the borders, because we recently came back from Ethiopia, and we were denied entry to Kenya, even though Ghana and Kenya has free visa for 90 days. Kenyan citizens can visit both countries for freely, but we were denied access to visiting Kenya by the Kenyan immigration border. And then when we were there, we were not the only people. We had two brothers from Tanzania. They were also denied, and then they were also denied from going to Kenya. The immigration officer said we are criminals. You understand? But they allow other people, Europeans. We were there. Europeans were moving from Ethiopia to Kenya. But we as African citizens were denied. So when our leaders are signing all these bilateral agreements among themselves, we the children of Africa, we the citizens too, we must demand that it must include everything. Not just only you can, because they told us to go back to Addis Ababa and fly, which we said no. because we are already here and then we don't have enough time. And they said, okay, in that case, we're not going to allow you to go back to wherever you come from. And they deny us the opportunity to visit our brothers and sisters in Kenya. So yes, it is a good move. And then we encourage the citizens of Africa to take advantage of that. And also, it shouldn't only be limited to only flying, but also free movement should include moving from the border towns, because Africa is for us. As I said, look at how they stress our brother in Nigeria, a Nigerian brother in Canada. He want to go and watch the AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire, and look at watch this and see what he has passed through. He has to pass through.
I'm welcoming my viewers to Stade Olympique Alassane Ouattara. The Bingbe is in Ayama in Abidjan. This is the venue where the Super Eagles of Nigeria will play their first match on the 14th of January. I am privileged to be here. I came all the way from Canada. I'm one of the early arrivals, and I commend the beautiful job that I see here. The stadium looks spark. I mean, everything looks pretty ready. But I'm going to warn everyone who's coming here. I'm not just talking, but I'm talking based on what I encountered on my way from Nigeria, because I actually flew first to Nigeria before I came here. And I'm going to say that Africa it's a pity. I'm an African, yes, proud African, Nigerian, but my heart breaks to realize that we're still acting like it was 20 years ago before we're colonized. There's an ECOWAS passport, just like when you have a Schengen passport. If you want to go from Holland to Italy to Belgium, you don't have to, you just pass through. I had an ECOWAS passport, but for every border post I got, I was paying an average of 4,000 cedis to get my passport stamped. They have a stupid thing called Virgin passport because I've not passed the route. The immigration guys in Ghana are big assholes. I'm sorry, it's the wrong word, but that's what they are. I was charged 10,000 Ghanaian cedis to get my passport stamped. Nothing. I had an ECOWAS passport. I told them what I was coming from. So if you're coming from Nigeria by road, which obviously most Nigerians will do, because the flight fare is probably like 10 times what it will cost you if you fly. If you're coming by road, be ready. I appeal to the Minister of Internal Affairs. I want to commend you because I know you're doing a very wonderful job. I read the story of a guy whose passport was held and he was lied to that his passport was missing. He called the number. In 24 hours, he got his passport. Do something about it. The guys at the Seme border in Nigeria, they're a disgrace, total disgrace to Nigeria. Trust me, I got to Cote d'Ivoire after I had paid the usual 5,000 CFAs to get into Cote d'Ivoire. Even inside Cote d'Ivoire, immigration and police officers were harassing us as Nigerians to pay 2,000, 3,000 CFAs to come into their country because they say Nigerian policemen and immigration officers do the same thing to them. It's disheartening, it's heartbreaking.
Before he could go visit a country, even West Africa, as a West African citizen, look at the kind of treatment that they are treating him. They will not treat a European like that. There is this video, a European citizen going around Africa with a motorbike. Police officers asked her money. They have been dismissed. Those police officers in the state of Nigeria, they have been dismissed by their higher authorities. And yet, immigration officers are in the border mistreating Africans like with no dignity. And this is why we are calling on the children of Africa to come around so that we can bring an end to this disrespect, even from our own people. Africa belongs to the children of Africa. And then we, the children of Africa, must demand our right for free movement in Africa. We intend to go back to Kenya, and then we're going to take the road, and then we're not going to allow no immigration officer to deny us access to go to visit our brothers and sisters, because Kenya is for Africans, and then we are Africans. So when you see the president of Kenya, the president of Ghana, the president of South Africa, the president of Zimbabwe, when you see them working hard to end these restrictions, there are people, there are elements who call themselves immigration officers, who are in the borders denying Africans the opportunity to explore their own continent. Why are we doing this to ourselves as African people? Why? But as I said, for me, I don't blame the Europeans anymore. I don't blame our leaders for this. I blame we, the citizens of Africa. We are not demanding what is rightful ours. European citizens, I keep saying it, they will never take what we are taking as children of Africa, citizens of Africa. European leadership dare not. They dare not deny European citizens free movement of Europe. Why are we allowing ourselves as children of Africa, citizens, to be denied the opportunity to travel around the, you know why we don't value the African continent? It's because we don't have the opportunity to travel around, to experience how beautiful Africa is. The Europeans value Europe because every European child at the age of 20 has already have the opportunity to travel around maybe 10, 15 countries. An African, 10 Africans or 100 Africans, among them maybe 2 or 3 has ever traveled outside of his country or her country. We have been caged in our small countries, and then we think that that is all what the world is. If we want to appreciate Africa and value Africa, we children of Africa have to fight for a borderless Africa and for a united Africa. United, we can have dignity, and united, we will have free movement of Africa, and then we will appreciate our continent. I thank you very much for coming around. Please let us join together, hands together, and bring an end to visitor restrictions in Africa, not only at the airport, but also at the border towns. Thank you very much for coming around. This is your brother Dubia Anzansi. Please, if you appreciate what I'm doing, if you appreciate what we are doing here in One Africa Mission, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also follow us on Facebook, One Africa Mission. Support us as we embark on this mission of a united Africa. Thank you very much for coming around.